sugar and the whip. Mortea in her original tone, and I have learned through my experience as a PR manager how to walk that fine line between compatriot and traitor. And how does the Illuminati feel about your attempts at this position? Obviously, quite the right question. I mean, after all, tonight we are quite possibly seeing the most of a candidate backed by the Illuminati heading for head office of the Keepers. Could be interesting. Oh, another question, rapid fire style. United against the dark is a laudable goal, but who chooses which portions of the dark to focus on? How are those fortunate enough to be protected chosen? I'm assuming that the Keepers don't try to respond to all threats. Actually quite a good question, since the Keepers are small.
I unfortunately have to agree on that statement.
Yes. Seems they took on a little bit too much for some tastes. Oh, wonderful riposte. I know that the past is riddled with doubt, especially since we made specific attempts to unravel your ranks, but I have made it very clear that this movement is for the good of everyone, not just one specific society. Very good, Mortea. Even I have to say that. We wouldn't want one society to become the permanent ruler of our organization now, would we? Miss Geary is aware of this, and I have made it very clear that I want to work with the society, not against them. Commendable. After all, it is in the spirit of the Keepers that we should put aside our differences, our petty squabbles, and work united, however small we are, against whatever goal we can take on. So, pretty nice.
Yep. Indeed.
I say, that automaton must be getting heavy on your lap here.
Indeed it does, but I can still keep it on there for a while.
If your legs die off, can I have your automaton?
Not at all, I need something to carry me.
Wonderful, but enough popularity and shoutouts to the automaton makers. Let's continue. That riddles me, Mortea, because as I remember it, the Illuminati Council members have conspired against us before. Yes? Oh, I know, but I would like to point out that was a rogue faction and they were working outside of our cause. Oh, that wink was just too much. Fair enough. Question from the public. Don't you fear the red tape of the other societies may hold us back? I'm highly skeptical of their ability to follow orders. I mean directives. Well said, as only a true Illuminati could. What exactly is the basis for your trying to bring about a political triumvirate? Regimes like these have fallen due to the conflict among the superior powers.
And what those who follow my part just have seen was the arrival of Hong Bao, the representative of Jason Haskins.
All right. I'm beginning to sense there's some animosity here, but let's see how it plays out. Of course, the Illuminati and their trademark gas masks. Somebody should really tell them that the bacteria scare was a bit too much. And Eloise replies, "Can I ask you a question? Why do people always feel like fighting is the answer?" Yes. And I have noticed that while each society will band together for the greater good, each society has their own idea of who is right. Personally, for me, a little bit detestable. I do not like hippies. And that person, all you need is love, obviously never had to pay any cent of rent, but let's see how it plays out. Without war, their military is useless. Oh, oh my. This is what I'm hoping will draw things together. That fight for the greater good.
And there is our representative, Hong Bao.
Then again, we are not responsible for the military of the separate societies. I'm not daring to move my camera because I might miss something. And what are we to do when this organization tells us to jump and our own loyalties demand us to stay at hand? Many of us are our factions first and foremost. What you're trying to do is create a tribunal regime. Only you only have one representative of two teams there. Where's your third? Indeed, because you guys may not see it, but the council, it is falling. And we need to stay together. Stay strong. Wonderful.
I
Of
am just
course,
taking care of getting some attendees from other dimensions into this instance of this theater.
commendable. Use your automaton's special powers and whisk away while I will continue my coverage, because obviously my face is glued when not one but two lovely ladies show up. Justy, we will not directly represent the societies, but members of all societies are inside our organization. Our dragon candidate could not make it today, but you can ask your questions to him here and they will be forwarded. Obviously, what's it with all these candidates missing? Is there a party and the new keepers aren't invited? You're left to wonder that.
Ah.
Also, Eloise Cortez continuing, and it's not about what society we are, it is about what we stand for and what we do. Ortega chiming in, while I have no intention of trying to force people against their own personal convictions, what I can promise is that I will work towards compromise. Commendable.
Indeed.
It's optimistic, I know, but optimism and hope are all we have in these dark times. Well, some of us may think we also have our weapons and our fellow society brethren, but really, it would be nice to have something besides that. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Then you should break from the fractions altogether, trying to tame them and lull them by creating a sense of regime will be your downfall. I see somebody. Wait, she really sees?
Yes.
Do not dare away,
Look
but
behind you.
okay, just for a second I feel like I'm missing something. Quick look. Is it really? Oh. Nice. We've got some real nobility today. So let's
Indeed.
continue the coverage. As I see on my camera, the audio issue is not yet fixed, so I'll be reading both of the texts for those not fortunate enough to possess the high quality access to the secret parts of YouTube and are forced to watch my quality upload.
Indeed.
So, where do we begin? Luis Cortez, that is my long-term goal indeed, break with the fractions. Now there's a surprise. Little bit too conservative for my taste. Bit of a Nixon, but not too bad. So, question from the public. So is this mainly a way for the different fractions to work together to fight against the evil that is coming into the world? Hung Bao, obviously Schön style, doing some mic checks. But yes. Luis Cortez, and I guess that is where my colleague and I differ. What? Yeah, but there be lots of us what do the already. Quite obvious. Then there should be nothing holding you back to become a successful keeper. I believe it is. I want to stay within my society's ranks. I believe my voice will be heard loud if I have connections. I realize this can cause a split between the other societies, but as someone who runs a community made of all the fractions, I believe that I have the experience to do it. Nice. Playing the community card. You know, this looks to me like a perfect running team. On the one side, tradition and a little bit of an extremist view. On the other side, the more inclusive, pro-bees, pro-secret society. Seems to me like they should run together. Oh wait. Given from